Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah, nah, that's all. That's
Now,
all gravy, man.
what are you doing with his leg? What do you put his leg down? Put his leg down. Why you want to get his foot up? Okay. How about this? How about this? How about if you both pillow on the floor? If you want to do me a favor, pick that pillow up and get ready to check out the squirrels outside. Look, it's two birds that just flew by. Brian, go look at the birds. This guy. All right. There we go.
Let me see. So what I'm gonna try to do is,
Yeah.
you know, second time using. You know, we've used Zoom a lot before, but
Yeah. Oh yeah.
this is my second time streaming it
Come on now.
to Facebook, so I'm still learning a thing or two. So like last night, I didn't even know y'all would like hit me up. But my mom was texting me, letting me know. So what I'm gonna try to do is, while that's going on, while we rapping, what's up, little baby? What's up, little baby?
Say hi.
Morning.
So listen, when we gonna talk, and I need you to be my big girl, and you're gonna have to make sure Brian is being good, okay? So you're not going, okay? All right. Yeah. That's not.
My phone on
That's
Facebook
not.
real quick. So what I'm gonna try to do is, while we're rocking out, I'm gonna have my phone open until I figure this out completely. But I'm gonna have my phone
No,
open
I'm with it.
so that I can see
I'm with it.
so that I can see
what's happening,
comments and stuff like that. Yeah.
Got you.
So.
Got you.
And I don't think this. So it says we're going live in 2 minutes and 25 seconds. I'm not sure if it like pushes it live, but I'm gonna just start this joint right now.
Got you. All right, babe.
Let
me talk on here for a little bit. I'll come get you in a little bit. I'm gonna come get you in a couple minutes. Do me a favor. There you go.
Yeah.
All the way live.
I'm about to say that. I think
no
that's.
reason.
I think that's perfect too. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. Like I think fathers really understand like this is what it is. Yeah. So okay, so I'm gonna start this live joint. Okay, boom. Live on Facebook.
Pick that chair up. Turn the fan on. You need to cool down.
On the timeline. Yeah, previewing. Yeah, man, I figured I needed to step it up. Pay for the just for stuff like this now, and like moving forward with the business, like I had to make that investment into the paid version of Zoom. All right.
So that's why the number changed.
Yeah. We're like in there now. What did I say? 5. What did I say? 5. What I name this joint? 5 keys.
Yo, my fault. I'm thinking about that. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. Get down. Feet don't belong in seats. Get down. There we go. Who just fell? Somebody just fell, right? Go put the chair over there. Go get the other one.
All right. We go copy the file head, paste. Go live.
Are you for real?
Connecting that thing.
Not right now. Come on, y'all.
And again, this is informal. Okay, meeting. Okay, boom. I think we're live on Facebook now. What's up?
Yo, they going so hard right now.
Going there right now.
Like in this.
Let me see. Okay, yeah, we're live.
Now that was wrong. What you just did was wrong. Stand up. All right, you're in trouble. My fault.
I do.
My fault, yo.
Are you good? You good? Yeah.
All right, come on.
To be honest, man.
It's okay. What happened? I did not expect this.
No, you're good. You're good. And again, this is informal. Whenever you need to take, whenever you need to be a father, man. To go. So let me close.
All right. Here. It's okay. It's okay. Something happened. What happened? Are you kidding me?
Boom. What up, my man, Steve?
Oh my goodness.
What happened?
It is real. It is real right now.
What happened?
Hold on for a second, dog.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Matt,
what
go get tissue right now. Right this second. Why are you bleeding?
Oh, man.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Hold on. My fault, yo.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, are you serious? What just happened?
So what's going on, folks? You know, this is actually perfect. So what we're doing is I got my ace in the hole. Shannon Justice here. We're talking about 5 keys to fatherhood. But this is perfect. I told him, I was like, yo, the babies are in the room. Let the babies be in the room because I mean, that's what being a father is about, right? So while he handles his business with the kids, I'll go ahead and cue everybody up. So again, what we're talking about today is 5 keys to fatherhood. Um, is he cool? What's up, baby?
I hope so. I'm trying to look, but he ain't letting me look. Let me see. Can I see?
Yeah.
Can I see? Are you cheating right now? What's up? No? You not happy with me?
Oh, you know what? Boom. I think I figured out
Right,
how
come
to
on.
do this
Here, let's take
a
that.
little bit better. Facebook.
Want to sit down? All right, sit down for a little bit. Here, let me get you a bottle. Preparation, y'all. Preparation
Is that one of the keys?
one
Okay,
of the
boom.
major keys.
Okay. Okay, boom.
Okay, let's sit down.
So I think I'm gonna do it this way. Okay. So again, if you're
Have a seat.
joining us
Down,
here
relax for a minute.
now,
Take your juice.
I'm gonna
Hey,
put
come
this
get your juice.
here so we can see comments and stuff like that.
All right.
Okay, and then I'll put this here.
We definitely just had, that was like super.
A real moment, man. And I know
Yo, that's
fathers
one of
and
my,
mothers, of course, and the mothers, of course, they know exactly what's going on. You know what I mean?
I'm looking at some little notes and whatnot, and yeah, we already hitting on number 3 right now. Number 3 is
Already in
be
the mix.
flexible, yo. Be flexible and be patient.
Right. So what we're gonna do is again, I just got my guy Shannon here. We Zoom all the time, and like I said, it's one silver lining to be honest, out of the quarantine and stuff like that, man, is the fact that I could speak to this too. A lot of people are connecting more
Right.
because of Zoom. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
because we
I
all sort of
agree.
miss this like human interaction and stuff like that, man. Hey, good morning, Dukes. Good morning. Good morning. Um, So yeah, like Marcelo, he was saying he speaks to his best friend like all the time now because it's Zoom. Like it's like
Got
before.
the opportunity.
Well, for one, you know, I've sort of been pulling back from this for like a few years now. But like the workforce, like that 40-hour week lifestyle, and like
Yeah.
just going to get it, working for somebody else. Again, I started pulling away from that like a few years ago. But like I think that has it. I know that plays a huge part in like relationships and stuff like that, or the lack of like people connecting with each other because most of your time is spent at work, getting ready for work,
Yeah.
going to work, being at work, coming home from work, thinking about work the next day. So you don't have as much time to connect with like your loved ones. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think now that we're in a situation, unfortunately, a lot of people have been forced to like stay home, or like now we gotta. I could say fortunately or unfortunately or fortunately, like now people are like having to pivot to figure things out. But like one silver lining of that is that people are connecting with each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Through social media. Or through
I want a Band-Aid on it.
So
Okay.
that right
I
there.
want a Band-Aid
You
on
want to
it.
do a little intro, man? Not an intro.
No.
You don't gotta like post your kids on social. But
Yeah.
who's that
I
little?
mean, they're gonna be here,
I'm
man. They're
about to
gonna
say
be here. So
gonna be
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So
Well,
who's that right there,
this is my
man?
main man. This is Brian. Brian, say what's up.
What's up, my dude? Good
He ain't
enough.
happy
Good
right
enough.
now.
There you go.
He got a little
You
smile.
got
He
it.
got a
You
little.
got a smile.
He got a little.
With a
Got a little
baby
joint on
girl.
him.
Was the
Got
baby
baby
girl?
girl on deck. Come on, step in, say hi, babe.
Ali.
Step in, say hi. You got to wave.
What's up, cutie? What's up?
She
Got
gonna
the
be my.
pretty. Got the
She
pretty.
gonna be my MC in the crib.
Right.
Help
Right.
me keep everything under
So for those of you who don't
control.
know, Shannon is my ace man, my brother from another mother. We've been rocking out since freshman year of high school,
Let me hold that.
and we've grown. We've seen a lot of things together.
I'll let
We've
you get a turn. We call my mom.
had close. We've had a bunch of great experiences together. We've like gotten in trouble together, you know what I mean, and everything in between.
Plenty of times.
So
All right,
now
stop.
my man is a
Stop.
father 2 times over, right? And
Stop.
what my brand does
You're gonna break it. You're gonna break it.
is Darkroom Supply Company, as is currently titled. What we do is we edutain people, right? So we bring entertainment from people with different walks of life, right? Mostly in the creative
Go
fields,
get the
health
toys. Go
field,
get that
and the
one toy.
entrepreneurial field.
Oh, man.
And we do 2 things. We 3 things. We entertain people, and we entertain people.
And
But
educational.
we also educate people, right?
Mhm.
But we don't just go after like the big experts. We go after normal people who have advice and who have skin in the game and experience to share with other people. So that's what we're doing right here now, right? So we also help people develop their message. So what you're about to see here is Shannon not being perfect, because none of us are perfect, right? He doesn't have to be perfect, but just because you're not an A-list celebrity doesn't mean you don't have valuable advice to share with people,
Very true.
right? So with that being said, Shannon and I were also working with someone we love, our guy Brian Grasso,
BG.
and
Shout
right,
out
what up,
BG.
BG? And he gave us some homework to do. So what you're seeing right now is a combination of like what my brand is doing and the homework that BG gave us, in which she had Shannon write down or brainstorm 10. I forget exactly what he called it, but sort of like
Essentially, it's 10 tenets.
10 tenets, right? That's the word.
And it's a lot more once we got a chance to like you were saying, to actually put it down and look at different things that you live by. We'll get some in a little bit, but yeah. He said to do 10, and even when he said to do 10, I was like, oh, I was like 10, I was like, all right, cool, 10. That's gonna be a little tricky,
right?
And then once I started writing them down, I was like, yo, this is like 20 something. I was like, this is a lot. I was like, you gotta like condense this down.
Yep.
So definitely getting it out. Again, shout out BG, man, because getting it out of the head like that, it really helps.
So what I want to do is, Shannon, whenever you're ready, again, be a father, man. Like when you got to tend to every mother and father on this is watching right now. They know what it's like to be a mother and father. So
they being real right now. So like they being too real.
So what I'm going to have you do is share, 5 of your tenants, and maybe we'll go. Maybe we'll do more. We'll see. Like this is all. This is informal. But also for those of you who are watching, if you have good ideas and good tips, right, and tenets of your own on how to be a good father or how to be a good mother, right, or techniques and things that you use, please drop those in the comments, and I'll go ahead and address those and read those, because this is a community event. You know what I mean? Like this is just a one-way conversation. We're not saying that we're expert. He is an expert because he's a father. He's a good father. But I mean, again, this is an open dialogue. So if you have advice or tips or tricks or things that you do in regards to your children, go ahead and let us know. But Shannon, with that being said, let's go ahead and unpack. Oh, hey, look who's joining us, man. Another father, my man. D.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
D.
Yo! You went back to Thailand,
you down
man.
in Dominican Republic.
You went back to Thailand, didn't tell me, D.
Timing was perfect.
What's going on,
man? It was a last-minute trip.
Last-minute trip.
Right.
So this is my other brother from another mother, my man DJ.
Stand up.
Same thing I said with Shannon, man. Got a lot of history, had a lot of great experiences, got in trouble together, the whole 9 and everything in between. And DJ is a father. Like, we got what, 20 now? You up to 20? Like 20 kids now?
Yo, you stupid, yo.
26.
26.
I forgot to tell you about the other 6.
All right. My bad.
3 of them I just found out about like yesterday.
Yo, stupid, yo.
But DJ is a great father, man. Always has been, always will be, man. Love this kid. So this is great, man. So we got another perspective or another brain to go ahead and help us unpack these things. So DJ, like I was saying, this is an open dialogue. I'm going to have Shannon say his tenets, but you can also hop in too, because I know I'm pretty sure you got some advice on like how to raise kids or like some good techniques, some things that you failed at, some things that you've done well in, this, that, and the other. So we'll go ahead and talk about those and unpack those as well. You dig?
Oh, and some of these,
Go ahead.
Some of these are things that some things that I've done, some things that I wish I did, and you put them in, and I put them in play the second time around. They get live right now.
Oh yeah, the kids get live
right now. Like this is so.
What you driving, D? I always know you in your truck, man.
Go listen.
You in your truck right now.
Pick up the bear. Put the bear in the toy box.
How you been, though, man? Good to see you.
Come get your drink.
Everything good?
Been good, man. Yeah, trying to get this house finished up.
Oh yeah, you've been rocking out with that, man. That's your first property, right?
No, third.
Okay, and it's like a flip. It's like a flick.
Well, it'll be the second.
But you chopped up. You said the second?
Yeah.
Okay, got you. All right, so let's go ahead and pack your first joint, Shannon. Again,
Cool.
Read it, whatever.
The first one I have. Why are you? This is the best time. Yo, I love my babies, yo. I love when they do these weird things.
He cracked me up when he said that too. He'd be like, "Yo, man." He'll look at me, and be like, "Yo, man, I love my babies, man." Like,
yo. It's real.
Yeah.
But the first one I got is Train for Success.
Okay.
Train for Success. And the reason I say train for success is because, you know, it's a physical aspect to it. We all know some. Relax, please. Here, have some of the banana. Okay, go unpack it. I don't even know what she really just said.
The true life of working from home.
Yeah, right. Somebody's talking about being a father, right?
Yo,
right.
This is real. Mm-hmm. Be patient. I'm gonna turn it on in a minute. Give me 15 minutes. Yeah.
All right.
So, but the reason I said train for success is because although you don't know what's gonna happen once you know the baby comes around, you can still there's certain things that you can prepare for. So you want to have a mental head start. To me, it made sense to have a mental head start. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? While my wife, you know, she's carrying the baby, she's doing, you know, the taking care of the processes that have to happen leading up until that point. Mm-hmm. Let's be patient. Hold on. We all get a time to speak. Be patient. So it's important to basically train leading up to that point, meaning train yourself. You gotta, just like athletes okay, baby, just like athletes I'll take care of it in just a moment. How you have athletes who gotta train for, you know, games, basketball, football, whatever. They all have a process that they have to go through where they mentally see themselves performing.
Right.
You have to do that. So how I was doing it with the kids was, okay, I know I'm gonna have to, at some points, I'm gonna have to wake up and be up early. Mm-hmm. I'm knowing that I was up late the night before, tending to them, waking up in the middle of the night, dealing with them. So it's like, instead of me just doing my normal flow, and again, this is stuff that I learned from the first time around. Instead of me doing my normal flow of, you know, how we have our flow before kids happen, you're doing this, you're doing that, whatever the situation is. My thing is, okay, let me give myself an extra half an hour to an hour to let me give myself an extra hour and a half to an hour to stay awake at nighttime. You know what I mean? Let me wake up an hour earlier in the daytime. If I wake up in the middle of the night, it was okay, let me get up and actually let me walk out and use the restroom, get a little drink of water, be present, actually have my mind, my focus, be clear about my thoughts. And then, you know, you got to get back to sleep because you got to make sure you can wake up in the morning. Right. So it's basically just getting outside of your normal flow. Yeah, man.
Right. Just training, training yourself.
Just training
physically
yourself.
And mentally,
just
right.
Yourself.
What about you, D? Like, have you, how'd you deal with that, man? Was it like, I should say like a culture shock when you had to go from like, you know, your pre-children lifestyle to like really like now I got to tend to like another human being on a regular basis? How'd you deal with that initially?
Yeah. Let me wipe your mouth.
Or when you get good at it, you know what I mean? Like I would imagine initially it was like you just feeling it out, but when you feel like you ever had, if you feel like you ever came up with like a nice system,
do me a favor.
when was that? How was that?
We're gonna get some grapes.
You on mute?
I think you're on mute. I think you're on mute. Get the grapes. Get the grapes.
I know he's driving too, so it gets like choppy where he'll be back in a second. Watch.
Okay.
Pop in.
But even with that, that training, man, that training is big time.
Oh yeah, my bad. I don't.
Go ahead. We got you, D. He just gonna start talking in a second. Watch.
Right.
He gonna laugh and then talk. Watch. He gonna come back. He gonna come back smiling and then
close the door.
I don't know if you can hear me now.
Thank you.
God, what were you saying, Shannon?
But no, yeah, there's certain things like I'm sure they do it at every hospital where they teach you how to, change the diaper and the washing and all that kind of stuff. And my advice for anybody who's not, again, I'm gearing it towards fathers because for the most part, I mean, women, they do it. Like they on point. It's women walk into the process from the moment,
from the
get
moment.
pregnant. You pregnant and you know it. They
probably be back. He
probably gonna jump back.
But yeah, go ahead. We'll let you continue.
But they flowing with it, so they have to go to appointments and I encourage all dads to be a part of that process too. Make sure you're there as much as you can. We all got jobs, we all got things to do, but this is like a lifestyle change,
right?
And it is going to change whether you prepare for it or not.
Right.
Okay, hold on. There, eat some grapes.
All right. That's what we'll do. And with that said, whenever you're ready, Horace, again, no rush, man. This is informal.
Yeah.
When you're ready, we'll move on to the second, your second.
Right.
If you finish unpacking that first joint.
Just about. I mean, really, it's just a matter of just understand, and we'll get into it like full on. But we just want to do a little something for the live. Okay,
right.
I got it. Yo, this dude is impatient. You want some more grapes?
The man.
Yo, this dude is so impatient right now. But I mean, it's things like changing diapers, making bottles, learn how to swaddle. All that stuff is big time important because it when you plan ahead, you give yourself more time. So like I've learned, through trial and error, preparing for them to eat when they're awake.
Right.
You're late. You know what I mean? Like you need to be having that. If your kids are asleep, get the food ready. Like get it. Take some time, and even if they just go to sleep, take a couple minutes, prepare whatever you want to prepare, and have it like ready, set aside if you want to like reheat it a little bit,
right?
Or if we're gonna have it at room temperature, do that. But definitely you want to make sure you have it ready ahead of time because you don't want no screaming kid in your face.
So we'll say, like in a nutshell, the first joint. Can I make a comment? Is preparation.
Yeah.
And that's like training and preparation, right? I'm gonna write that in the comments.
Actually, you know what? I went into we just went into the second one.
Okay.
The first one was train for success, doing like a mental, mental inventory. The second one is plan ahead.
Okay.
So,
got you.
Yeah, think of what you need and plan accordingly.
All right. All right.
So, matter of fact, and I wanted to share a little. This dude is not. He's not letting up.
What's he eating now?
Like, hurry up and cut these grapes. And
right.
Cut your grapes in half too, Dad. Cut them in half, man.
I said that's another 10. I don't know if we incorporating that into this drink, but like make sure y'all feed y'all babies the good food, y'all, because they white. And again, I'm not a father yet, but that is a tenet. That's something I know. Like kids eat what their parents eat. So like if you take care of your babies. Feed them good food. Feed them healthy foods because if you don't, they'll pick up the habits of their parents, right? They do what you do. They copy what you do. So like you say, got some grapes, feed them that good, healthy, live, alkalinizing food. But that's just one of my that's like one of the Jeffrey Gitomer's 0.5s. Remember talking about how he have is like 1.5 or something like that. That was just like a little 0.5 joint right there. Jeffrey Gitomer is a salesperson, by the way. But anyway, I digress. Back to you, Shannon. Let's talk about your next tenant, man, and unpack whatever you want.
Right. So it's keeping with two, like we was just saying, it's planning ahead. And I wanted to share a little. I don't know if anybody else can relate, but I will never forget the first time. Come here, man. Come get a grape. Come here, man. The first time that I got caught in traffic, and didn't have a bottle for my daughter, man. She was screaming, and I think the whole thing, in reality, it lasted, I don't know, maybe about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Boy, that thing felt like, it was the longest. I felt every single second. You got a kid in the backseat just screaming, like going hard. And I'm like, oh man. Like, and I know I knew what it was. It was taking longer to get through the traffic to get home. And it's like, you can see where you want to be, but you can't get there. And all the while you just have screaming. It was just, it was so real. And I'll never forget. I was like, I mean, she was turning red, and you can hear just like the
anguish.
Heavy, yes.
You're like, I'm not a bad dad, man. I'm not a bad dad.
Not at all. Yo, I had the windows all up. I had the AC on. I was like, yo, I can't let nobody hear her in this car screaming like this. Like,
now, was this an example of you like not being just in relationship with somebody you weren't prepared, right?
Yes, it was. And I told myself after that, I will never, ever let this happen again.
You got the
like,
you got the armor. What do you call it? Like armor, not armory, but like the bullet belt with the bottles in them, Jones. Instead of like having shotgun shells, you got a bunch of baby bottles in that.
Look, we got a couple bottles of water over here. I'm not playing no games.
Preparation, right?
You gotta have bananas. You gotta have apples. You gotta have grapes. Like I learned my lesson from being unprepared. Don't let it happen to you.
That's cool, D. Right? Yeah.
Screaming.
Gotcha. Yeah, DJ said I'm losing connection, fellas. I'll get on some Wi-Fi, try to jump back on. Boom. Cool, D. Got you.
Right.
Duke said cut the grapes in half. Yep. She said, I'm so glad you said that. Boom. Absolutely.
That thing is key.
Right.
I didn't, we you find yourself just doing things out of your normal habit. And my normal habit is just like, a grape. It's a nice little snack. Give it to them. It's like, nah, cut it in half. When you cut it in half, I don't know if it definitely makes a difference, but I cut them north-south. So I'm going, straight vertical with it, because it seems like if you cut it the other way, it can still somewhat get lodged.
Still too much, yeah.
So, I could be wrong with that, but that's how I cut. I go north-south.
The little things, man.
Yeah.
The detail.
I'm gonna eat this grape if you're not going to come back. And yeah, I definitely learned the lesson with that one. So, when we have times, even now, like even after they, finish the point where they get past the bottles, I just make sure I have a sippy cup or, the bottle in the car, so that if I'm somewhere, I can, and I actually put it in play last week where we was driving, and, I didn't, like, I had to get a diaper bag ready because we was going over some family's house, and hopped in the car, and I was like, I didn't have nothing to drink.
Yeah.
So ran to the store real quick, went to a drive-through, got a little juice, and opened up the bottles, put it in there, boom, and handed them back, and kept riding. So that makes a huge difference. Hey man, you coughing?
I'm sitting and listening to him like, he cool?
I'm looking at him at the right. My eyes are everywhere. Keep your eyes on the swivel, Dad. My eyes are everywhere. I'm always watching. He's learning the process of hacking. So now he's doing, like, there's nothing wrong with him at all. He's
no, we know.
He can.
Yeah.
What you doing, man? Don't do that. And then so yeah, that's number 2 in a nutshell. Number 3 is, like I just said earlier, we went into number 3 immediately. So be flexible, be patient.
Right. From the start of this live, you gotta be flexible and be patient.
This is not at all how I was planning for this to go. I had everything all organized. I had all the little snacks. I had on, we have on little Nickelodeon, got the volume low, can't even hear it.
Right.
They're good to go. And they completely bombarded me and changed that whole flow.
And from our perspective, this is exactly how I planned it. Because when we do Zoom, like I know what it is. Like, yo, we're gonna get on. The kid's gonna be right there too. You know what I mean?
Yo, but usually they not like this. Like, like they was all the way live. I was just like, oh, this is unreal. But like, you don't even understand. Like, I practiced.
Yeah.
Before we got on, I like opened this thing up and was like, okay, I'm gonna be on here.
Right. But when it was time to go,
and she's like, okay, and she went over, and I was, messing around like I was actually on.
Right.
And then you came along, and it was like, oh, this changed. Okay.
Right. And I would say, and again, I would imagine that's probably one of the I would think everything sort of falls under that umbrella. Even all your other tenants. I think if you can't have the patience and flexibility, it's going to be hard to even address being prepared, or you know what I mean, this, that, and the other. I would imagine that would be difficult without the patience.
The reason I absolutely agree with that is because so when in writing these, I was looking at them, and like I said, when it was time to like do the condensing down, you kind of look at some of them, it's like, this is kind of the same as that, but it's important to still like say each one, and you have to put them in play everywhere. It's not like you can say, oh, okay, today I can do this one today. Like, no, like all of them come into play right now. Like you have, 1 and 3 can intersect with each other, as far as planning ahead and being flexible and being patient. Those things, they're there. Like
it's like a basketball game, man. It's like the
like
fundamentals. It's like you may not need to hit threes on your basketball game, or you may not need to like block shots on your basketball game, but like you need to have all your fundamentals sound to be ready to win this basketball game. You know what I mean? Like you need all of them. Everything you train, everything you practice, defense, offense, conditioning, right? You need to be ready. Oh, we got a spider up in this joint. But yeah, my fault. I didn't mean to cut you off. I
wanted to make sure I leave space to talk about them, because some of these things that are being said is not just cut and dried.
Right.
It's just that. Like, now it's more to it. Let's open it up and look at what it's all made of.
Right.
I'm trying to keep an eye on this dude, because it looks like he's about to do something.
How old are the babies now?
So we got 2. Well, coming up on 2. He's almost 2, and she is almost 4.
He's almost 2. Dog.
Yo, wild, right?
I don't like to have like the mindset of like the masses. People say certain phrases like, when you think you turn a certain age, you're getting old, or because people's mindset, like, I think hinders a lot of like their progress, because you think once you hit 30, it's all downhill from here, or like you think, relationships have to be a certain way, or like anything, like any like cliche type thing. I sort of like dissect that or investigate that from like afar. But then what was my point? What did you just say? We were saying
no, well, we were saying the ages.
Oh, right. But this right here, this cliche.
Yeah, with your brother.
When people say the older you get, the older you get, the faster time passes. Man,
please,
because it seemed like just the other like year we took the little baby when he came home, and I took the baby 2 years ago.
Crazy, right?
It's crazy.
Please, I see stuff popping up on the little Facebook feed. And I'm like,
right?
What? 7 years ago, 10 years ago, talking about. Now, and then me being a knucklehead, I actually do the math. I'm like, what?
I know.
All right.
I guess that was 7 years ago. Right, exactly. It's crazy, man.
Oh man. But yeah, yo, like we just went to the doctor Tuesday.
Yeah, the other day.
You just no, I'm sorry, Wednesday. Look what they do to my time. Look what they do, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just went on Wednesday, and that forced me to.
Dre,
I was so caught up with dealing with him. So caught up with dealing with him. The lady asked me like birth dates, and I got the month and day right, but the year was off. Like I was off with. I undercut both of their years. And I was like, oh man.
Right.
I was like, I'm sorry. I had to tell the nurse. I was like, I'm sorry. She was like, it's okay.
Right.
It's okay.
She probably sees that all the time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Boom.
I was like, wow, that was
Jabe said, "What up?"
Yo.
Oh, I got you an interview, man. So yeah, I'm gonna hit you up this week, Aaron, and we'll get you in to do your interview. And also, I don't know if you heard how I started the conversation. Well, I think I talked to you on Instagram a little bit, Aaron. But I want to get a performance from you, and we're also going to shoot your masterclass on the topic of drums and rhythm and playing music and like everything that you know musically. So we'll get you in for the interview first, then we'll do your drum performance or singing. I don't know if you still sing. A little inside joke, Aaron. Holy One. Aaron will get that joke.
You know, yo.
You know, yo. We'll do that, and then we'll start working on your master class. But yeah. he said Shane grade up, talking about your beard.
Yo, you see it? That's wisdom right there. Look at it.
Wisdom, man.
I'm trying to get it all one color.
Right.
So once I get this joint all gray, y'all know I'm smart. You can ask me anything. I got you.
He said, yeah, he sang. Boom. He said he crying. All right, we're gonna set that up. but yeah, hit me with your
definitely just finishing up on being flexible and being patient. The reason I say again, it flows all through. but being flexible and patient, because there's gonna be times where you plan on going somewhere. There's gonna be times where you plan on doing something, and you may straight up have to scrap it. You know what I mean? We had a time or two where we had to straight scrap our plans. I remember Christmas morning, we were supposed to go over to my mom's crib, and you know, it was just like we could not get out the house. I remember I was like, "Oh, we're gonna get there early." Da, da, da.
Right.
And it was just like, "Yo, why is this so hard?" Like, you know, we planned to have clothes ready. We had clothing ready, shoes, you know, doing the lotion and the hair stuff, all that kind of stuff.
That just wasn't
But
the move.
you can be ready to roll, and then diapers happen,
Right.
or somebody got to go to the bathroom last minute. It's just like you have to be. You got to be cool with it. Don't make yourself stressed out. This is your family. Take your time, and you know, make it work for y'all. I mean, that's key. So you got to be flexible. Don't just say, oh well, we're supposed to be somewhere at this time, and you just pressing your kids, because that's going to cause them to have a level of stress that they don't know about, and they just
because they don't care. They don't know enough. It's not even that they don't care. They don't know enough to care. like it's not that they're trying to be rude. It's just like, nah, like we don't even know.
I don't.
We don't know what you got planned, but I know
looking
how
at
I
you.
feel right now.
They're looking at you crazy. You're like, oh, we gotta hurry up, and they're like,
like for real,
not smiling,
right,
not crying, nothing. Well, eventually they'll cry depending on how you are towards them, that energy that you're putting off on them. But yeah, for the most part, they should be decent.
All right. Boom.
All right, number four.
Number four.
Some people are really going to struggle with this one. You shouldn't, but you will. This guy, my fault, man.
No, you good.
Do not climb on the table. Get down. Don't climb on the table.
He doing it anyway.
Yo, he's trying to come on, man. I'm sorry. I might have to go address this.
Come on, man.
I gotta address this. I'll be right back.
You good, man. And folks, that right there, not that I have to tell you mothers and fathers out there, that right there is what parenting looks like, live in the flesh and on the book. And this is how our lives go. I mean, our Zoom sessions go quite often. I think it's going to bring Brian back, which he usually does. Brian likes to be in his arms, so we're probably going to bring him. Okay, I'm wrong. I was trying to do commentary. I thought you was going to have Brian in your arms, because I told him he likes to be in your arms.
Yo, he's right here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to let him. He's going to make his way over. We both know he's going to make his way over, so I'm trying to keep him away as long as I can. Yeah, babe.
I got a mess in my hands.
You got a mess in your hands? Well, let me take that. Go get the wipes. Do me a favor. Get the wipes. Put in that basket.
Daddy. Now I get some.
Have some water. I think you should have some water. It's hot. Have some water.
No.
Okay.
Is it hot out there today?
It's not right now. It's cloudy. It's gonna get at some point it's gonna get 90 degrees. But we was out earlier. I like to, get them out in the morning. Let's get out here, run around, get some of the energy out.
Right.
And then we came back in the snack time, right? Yeah. Yo, she's like, we're gonna go outside in a little while. We already did. We did our morning outside. Now we have to come in and do snack time. We're gonna do some work, right? We're gonna do some schoolwork. Yeah, and then we'll go back outside again.
She's like, I don't know about that schoolwork.
She don't know. She ain't trying to do that. I bought her a book and everything. She's like, no. But number four is communicate openly. This is a huge one, because there's a lot under this. So communicate openly, and you need to repeat yourself, and don't get mad about repeating yourself. There's one thing, you need to get out that mindset. We've all grown, from being kids ourselves, young adults, and we get, when you're dealing with people, sometimes I don't want to keep repeating myself. You got an attitude about repeating yourself. Don't treat your kids like an adult. Your kid is not an adult. This is a brand new individual to this planet.
Right.
So be okay with repeating yourself. If you're not okay with repeating yourself, you basically just setting yourself up for failure.
It makes sense, right? Exactly, it makes sense.
I mean?
Right.
They don't know anything that's happened to them, so you can't just say something one time and expect them to remember it, get it, understand it, digest it. None of that. They're gonna have to hear it time and and time again. Here we go. You want some grape? Yeah, he's here. He's ready.
Right. Duke said his children are helping him show what fatherhood is about. 100%. There he goes.
There he is.
I know you'd be back, my man.
He was sitting there. He was just sitting there. Say, hey.
My dude with the $1 trillion smile. What's up, baby?
Dude, wow. You were something else. But definitely when I say communicate openly, it's, you know, you have to say things like they share with us at the hospital, you know, say things to your kids because they're learning. And you have to constantly, I constantly have to remind myself they are learning at all times. Him trying to climb up on the table, he's learning. He's gonna learn either I can do this,
right?
Well, he's gonna learn he can do this, how
either
far
way,
he can go with it.
Either way, right? He's gonna learn it.
He's gonna
learn today.
And then if he fall, that's what I say a lot. When they fall, when they fall, and I start hearing that crying, my first initial response,
he learned
something.
Yep. I like that. That should be one of your. You're right. That's a good one right there, man. I like how you brought that back. You know what I mean?
I mean that's what it is. Like a lot when they were little, a lot of people tend to say, "Oh well, you know, he's smart and he's you know he communicates really good." It's not by accident. That's all by design.
Right.
The ideal was, you want another grape? All right, hold on. All right, I'm about this one.
Yep, that's right.
There we go. But the whole thing is, I'm gonna say it all. Like I'm talking to you the whole time. So even when they were just babies looking up at me, and remember you took that one picture, and it wasn't until it was when you took the one picture of I think you saw it where you could see me in her eye, like you could literally see me from her eye.
I took a picture of her.
One picture.
Right.
You took a picture of her, and it was so close up that when you could look into her eye, you could see
your reflection,
my frame, and all that. It wasn't like that wasn't nothing photoshopped or whatever.
Right.
And so that sent something. That sent the message to my mind to understand and know that we are all, you know, with kids, you're all they know.
Right.
You know, man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You're like the people in the world. You're like
everything.
Every single thing. Exactly.
Everything. You're the you know, your love, your compassion, your discipline. You know, your smiles, your cries, your frustrations, like all of it. You're everything to them. Stuff that they don't know, they're looking to you for, and they literally learn who they become who they are to a degree based off of what they see and hear and feel coming from us.
Right.
So you definitely need to make sure you communicate. You know, with, like I said, this is a long one, so it's not. I'm just giving you the short of it. We're communicating openly, but it's, you know, you got to make sure you acting in love. You again being patient, like we said. Number 3, it's okay that you repeat things because they need to hear it more than once, but you definitely want to communicate openly. Let them know, you know what I mean? We go over feet, we go over eyes, we go over ears, we go over heads, we go over private parts, we go over, don't let people touch you here. This is
right.
You know what I mean? This is your private space. Nobody ever touches you here. If mommy and daddy is not giving you a bath, or if we're not at the doctor and they're checking, then nobody is
let them know, right? Exactly.
You know what I mean? This is your private space. I don't, at one point, you know, I was being like, you know, you try to have little words to dance it up and you know, make it sound good, but
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Right.
And even with talking with you know, with family members, it's, you know, we don't have to dress it up. Let's not dress it up. Let's be direct.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're you know, this is your penis, that's your vagina. Nobody touches you here.
Right.
Nobody does that. That's not right.
And that ties in, not that I gotta tell you this, but like that ties into even being a good father, meaning like not saying that if you're a great father that like, your child can't be compromised.
Yeah.
But I think that's why, you know, and again, of course we know mothers, but like this conversation is more directed toward fathers.
Yeah.
We're talking to a father, but like if there's a strong father in the house, I think your children are more protected and less likely to be compromised. Because if people know that this little girl, this little boy has a strong father that's not going to take no crap from nobody, ain't nobody coming to attack you. You understand what I'm saying? So,
Agreed.
You know,
Agreed.
in and of itself, just being present and having that protective mindset, that warrior mindset, which we need a lot of. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Especially in our community. Not to get off on a whole nother conversation, but we need strong Black males in our community. Like strong.
Yep.
Don't take no
And it
crap.
starts
Financially, you know what I mean? Financially stable, warrior mindset, armed, training, you know what I mean? Healthy. Because when you have that, you know what I mean? Again, not saying it doesn't happen, but like it's harder for these little pedophiles and stuff like that to slip through the cracks.
Yeah.
Because the child has a strong presence.
That's your kid, man. This is my, you know what I'm saying? This is my love right here. This is my investment right here. This is I'm not gonna just. It was never my intention to have a kid and just let them have to figure things out on their own.
Right.
That's, you know what I mean? That's selfish and it's wrong. And it happened to, and any dude that would be willing to do that, I think you're selfish and I think you're wrong and you need to check yourself. 100%. Seriously, like it's that nobody created a kid on their own. Oh, good job. High five. If a mom didn't create a kid on their own, they shouldn't be left to do all this on their own. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. Like sometimes when you're dealing with little kids, because they don't know, they just straight up don't know stuff. Right. And somebody has to teach them, and you can't leave it to.
And that's how you get. And I mean, not to be, you know, a little douchebag right now, but it's like, how you think people grow up to be great people, and how you think people grow up to be douchebags? Yeah. Learn it from somewhere, and it usually starts with with your parents. You know what I'm saying? Like these little, these big idiots, like we're like little baby idiots at one point because they learned it from like other big idiots. You know what I'm saying? Like racism.
You're right.
All that stuff you learn it from other idiots.
All of it, and it's crazy because a lot of times, even speaking on that racism tip, man, and you know you heard people say, oh, you put two kids in a playpen and they'll play. Yes,
right.
You put them in a playpen and they'll play.
Rocket science. It's not rocket science.
Yeah, it's not. Like
watching,
like we really could learn from them. Just be okay. Just be okay. Just be you.
Right.
Well, no.
But we know what it is though. So that's a whole other conversation. But we know exactly what it is, because it ain't rocket science to like know how to and how not to treat another human being. If you treat another human being poorly, that's a mental illness that you personally got to deal with. Not the person that's being discriminated against. The person that's doing the discrimination. That's your mental illness, and you need to figure that out. It ain't you don't need training to know you shouldn't treat people a certain way. But then again, I digress. That's a whole nother which we'll have, another day. But
that's a whole
back to it, man. So what you got?
Right.
What you got for us
but
next?
yeah, but even with the communicating, because I found at some points I was like, oh, this feels corny. But I'm in my mind, you know what I'm saying, oh, this is not necessary. But to my kid, it makes all the difference. When they wake up in the morning, hey, good morning. Like, I mean, I was
communicating with them.
I was OD with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm basically, I was talking to them as if I was talking to you. Like, but I'm just kind of
right.
I'm talking the whole time. You know what I mean? I'm talking the whole time. I'm not sitting there like, oh, does she understand me? Does he understand me? No, I'm talking to you. Hey, good morning. It's time to wake up. Let's check your diaper. Let's change your diaper. This is your diaper. Let me move your legs. You know what I mean? All of this is little things. Here, let me hold your hands. Pull your hands away. Let me move your legs up. Let's pick your legs up so we can, let me pull the diaper from under you. Anybody who want to know as far as changing the diaper, you need to be careful with ankles, kneecaps, legs. So don't just go snatching at their ankles.
Right.
I would probably say maybe you want to fold one leg down and kind of get close between the two, or scoop your hand under their bottom, lift them up, put a diaper. That'll be a whole nother thing.
I know
That'll be a whole nother thing.
But the details like we talked about.
Yeah.
But I think that's important too, man.
As
far as like how you said you constantly in communication with them, it's important for them to know their father's mannerisms and know that their father is a communicator. I'm talking about from an early age, because not everybody is blessed with like a father or a mother that like communicates well with the kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like you establishing that from like an early age, I think that'll pay dividends later on in their life, because they know daddy talks. You know what I mean? Like he's vocal. Yeah. Daddy is a teacher. Daddy is you know what I mean? Go ahead. What you about to say?
My boy, I'm about to be an enforcer real quick.
Hit me.
Hey, open my door. Open the door now.
to open the. I know all mothers and fathers on
Let
this
me know.
joint know about to open that door.
What do you know?
Open that door.
Okay, make sure I need to see what y'all doing. I need to make sure you're safe. Open the door.
He'll go in the room and it'll be like full of paint and cornstarch and the whole
Crazy, yo.
He'd be like, I didn't know we had
Wow.
I didn't know we had giraffes in
I'll
this
tell
room.
you.
Like, where you
I'm trying to
get a
tell you.
giraffe from, dog? Like,
Find
where
all
you
kinds of stuff in there. He's like, yo, where did this come from?
Right?
Who put
Yeah,
this here?
good stuff, my man. Kiki,
So,
what
yeah.
up? What up, sis?
And then number 5. Now again, it's a whole lot, man. It's a lot more, but we're just covering 5 right now.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So number 5, be a hero. Be a hero, man. Be a hero for your kids. Play with them, have fun with them. You know, be Batman, be Superman, be Spider-Man. Be corny for your kids, man. Be corny for them because they only little for an amount of time, and we live in a world that's so in your face, so media based that whether you're showing them some stuff or not, they're going to see it, and it's going to force them that growing process to happen. You need to make sure you're in front of it. So be a hero as far as you know, what do you think of when you think of heroes? Heroes make you feel safe. Heroes give you confidence. Go open the door. Why you leave him in the bathroom? Okay, thank you. Why are you taking all your beads out? I'm gonna have to explain this.
And then they crap me up. They crap me up with the dynamic, the older sibling, younger sibling dynamic. How the older sibling. I mean, and nobody's gonna get me wrong. Like, Ali doesn't beat Brian up, but I'm saying like there's a dynamic. Like, every sibling goes to that with the oldest.
Yeah,
I like how you said she be working it. She works him out.
She do. It's times where I'll go in.
Yeah.
I'll go because they're to the point where, like I said, we're 1 going on 2, 3 going on 4. So it's a lot of it's some lessons. Like even with that little age,
the 2 of them, right?
he's able to teach him to where I notice that he doesn't do certain things. You know what I mean? Right. We have all of our outlets and stuff like that covered, but he don't mess around near there because I spent the time when she was little, and I was every time. I mean, I tried to make it a purpose. Every time I saw her getting in the area of an outlet, I would say, no, don't touch that. That's going to hurt your body. Like,
that verbal shock.
Yeah. Like even when she wasn't going for it, I'm going to take your attention to it. Like, oh my goodness, don't touch that. And it's like, oh, I wasn't going to. But,
which is good though, man.
Yeah. Like because I let her know you're precious. I don't want you to, I don't want you to hurt yourself. So,
I got shocked the other day, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Did you?
Boy, I mean, it wasn't crazy. Look, it wasn't crazy. But it was crazy enough. It was real quick, but it was crazy enough for me to be like, "Yo, I'm not messing with PG. What's going on, my guy?"
Yeah, I played myself one time.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
I don't know why. As an adult, and I'm not talking about many years ago.
Yeah,
I thought that you only had to. I guess a light fixture would only work if you had a light bulb in there. So I touched in it. Just dumb, like super dumb.
Yeah,
and it didn't go crazy, but it sent enough through my finger to be like, I took a deep breath.
It's the power.
Why are you taking all your hair out? Hold on.
Yeah, you good. So we're on 4, folks. My dude, appreciate it, BG. We gave it the little word acknowledgement at the top of this piece right here, man. We
You said the end?
Yeah.
I can't see.
Loving this. Yeah, it's cool. I got the count.
Grass.
Yeah. But we appreciate you, man. We talked about quickly before we got into it about how you're helping us, man, and how Shannon has to write or is to write his 10 tennis and stuff like that. So we figured we'd go over 4 of them right now. But boom, everybody is watching this right now. Check out Brian Grasso.
Yes.
We'll talk about that another time. But thank you, appreciate everything you're doing for us, my man. But go ahead. Let me let you unpack some more, Shannon.
But yeah, like I was saying, man, with heroes, they make you feel safe. Heroes get out in front of stuff and deal with it so that you don't have to. And heroes give you a sense of confidence. I don't like, one day she came home and her topic was monsters. Ever since then, we think about monsters now. That's a part of the flow. I wanted to get out in front of that, and I tell her, I do things like I tell her, I talk about masks and things not being real, because I want her to understand it's just something that you see and it's trying to make you afraid.
Right.
Fear can't live in this house because it makes you uncomfortable and it makes you sad and it makes you cry. So we don't have to do that. And the reason that we want to do that now is because going forward in life, when things are showing up, you need to understand it's not real.
Right.
It's something, if it's something that's not putting you in danger, that's not real. You know what I mean? She saw a little, oh, that's a ghost. That's a ghost. And you was okay, that's a mask. So I bought a mask and I put it on and I, play around. I made a real big silly spectacle of it.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just so
What'd
she can
you do?
understand.
Yeah, break that down.
Put
What'd
a
you
mask
do?
off.
What'd you do?
Yeah, so I went to it was funny because we actually saw the dance crew Jabberwockies.
So
you saw them like the little. No.
Oh,
we saw
okay,
like they came up on TV. Yeah,
right.
They came up on TV.
But they have
she
those
ran and like hid
like theater masks on, like the all white joints, right? Go ahead.
And so you compare. Here they going hard.
All right. Go.
We're gonna get a break from our sponsors.
Yep. We'll take our little commercials right now. So yeah, so what he essentially did, I'll let him tell the story when he comes back. But again, because he doesn't want to have doesn't want his children to be fearful, but now they're exploring and learning things. They're learning about like he said Allie, his daughter, has like a thing with like Halloween and like monsters and stuff like that. So because naturally you come in contact with stuff like that as you get older. So he's trying to stay ahead of that and nip that in the bud. So what he did was he took a mask, right, so that she's not afraid to see things on TV, or if she comes in in contact with things on TV or in life, he put a mask on and
you gotta come clean up. You gotta come clean up a couple of these toys.
Take it away. I don't know if you can hear me.
I need you to clean up that one because that one was there for 100 minutes, and I need you to clean up the ball too. At least we all set.
So yeah,
I gotta give him projects to do.
Yeah. Till which is another tenant. We'll talk about another day.
Give them responsibilities.
Right. Which because you talked about that in our meeting. That is one of your tenants, but I'll let you finish this joint.
It's okay, man. I'm gonna give you a grade. But yeah, it's I definitely thought that it would be a good idea to purchase the mask, right? And then and I didn't. My objective was not to make her afraid, so I didn't take the mask and put it on and come out with it and no, I took the mask while you're sitting here with me and I put it on and I put on a little Scully or whatever, just like how they got their little costumes. And I did a little whack dance. I was doing a robot and
you make sure it was
all geeked out with it. Yeah, I went
like no rhythm.
No, nothing about this is scary, yo. Nothing about this is scary. You will be like, oh, you can't dance. They don't look like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I wanted to make the point, this is just a mask. So if they, once they take off their costumes, they're people just like we are, ghosts of little cartoons, all that kind of stuff. Granted, I'm not going to go into the other side of that.
Right.
But up front, raw and direct, this is not something that you need to be afraid of. Halloween is just a little holiday where people celebrate and wear costumes.
Right.
But everybody has. I even bought her a Batman costume.
Yeah. Which is, is important, man, because it could seem a lot of things in life in general, but like specifically dealing with your kids, a lot of things can seem insignificant, like little lessons that you take the time to teach or that you neglect to teach them. You'd be surprised how often that turns into like habits that they have, as they get older, right? Because you did or didn't take the time to teach them these little lessons can really determine like the trajectory of like their success or like the lack thereof. You know what I mean? So like stuff like that is important to get ahead of like them not being afraid of things, or like even there's probably like multiple lessons to be learned even within that, like the surface lesson is like, you don't have to be afraid of monsters or stuff like that. Cause look, I put the silly mask on and, it's just me under the mask. But that can also turn into a lesson of looking deeper into things and not looking at surface level. And it didn't have to necessarily be about fear. It could just be about like, well, maybe, this is what somebody told me, as they get older, maybe somebody tells them something and it's like, well, maybe, and they won't consciously think this. Their mind won't go back to when dad put a mask on, but they could be like, they can ask questions. It's like, oh, let me look deeper into things. You know what I'm saying? So like these little lessons, they compound on each other and turn into like habits for your children, which turns into like decisions for your children, would ultimately turns into like the lives that your children have. You know what I mean? So
Agreed.
Stuff, man.
And even when they ask you questions, like, you know, sometimes she asks me little questions, and I can't answer them, and I tell her I can't answer that. You know, I don't say, oh, I can't answer that. But it's more so, well, let's see if we can figure that out. You know what I mean? Let's see if we can, you know, try to look and you know, read something to give her more information. She don't ask me anything, you know, ridiculously crazy. But she'll ask me something like, you know, like where the baby shark come from, and I'm like, oh, you know, I know she, you know, because she sees chickens come out of eggs, and she's like, oh, well, you know, she'll see baby shark. She say, Daddy, you know, Daddy, where baby shark come from?
That's funny.
I was like, well, you know, baby shark
it's like an innocent question with a big question at the same time. Like, you know, let's focus on some math before we start to talk about where baby shark comes from.
I know, right?
You know what I'm saying? But you're right. Like eventually these questions, they come up, and like you said, talking about your first point, you want to be trained and prepared ahead of time for what you know what's coming. You know what I mean? Like, you know what's coming down the pike. So the earlier you're prepared for it, not saying it's gonna be easy, but preparation.
No, but it just it makes it is gonna make it easier. Like it makes it a little bit easier. I'm not gonna say you can take this information and oh yeah, you're gonna be like ready to roll. Like nah.
Right.
You're still gonna be surprised when the time comes, but you'll have a foundation.
Right.
You'll have a foundation to where it's just like, all right, you know, if something comes up and you're in a flow of dealing with it, you can get further along. You know
I think that's the point of
first workout. You know how to navigate yourself. You know to keep your breath.
Right.
Come on, man. You know how to keep breathing the right way. If you know when somebody's in the midst of a boxing match. You need to keep your breath. You get punched in the face. What they say? Everybody got a plan. You get punched in the face.
I was about to give that example.
You're gonna get punched in the face. Your plan is gonna be shaken, but you still have the plan. So
that's the point of practice and training is to not, in any kind of training, is to not be reactionary. So like in a fight, you know, I train tons of people. You know what I'm saying? From being a personal trainer, it's like for like personal training, like, you know, whether we do boxing or something or the other. And I've said this plenty of times, is that like the whole point of training is so that when you get in a real situation, you're going to be stressed out and things aren't going to happen the way you plan them. Because people think, you know, if I practice, like, it's usually people who, like, you know, like have never fought in their lives or like, or whatever, but like, they'll be like, oh, you know, they'll get like a rhythm with like the punching, right? Instead of like punching how I'm teaching them to punch, they'll turn it into like a dance and they'll be like, 1, 2, right? And I'm like, don't practice that way. I know this is just exercise, but don't practice that way. Like the point of you practicing is so that when you get if you get in a real situation, probably 50% of what you learn is gonna go out the window. But now you under stress. But the point is to have enough muscle memory and have enough like training under stress, so that you're not reactionary when you get in a situation. You know what I mean? That's gun training, you know, fight training, that's any kind of training. So same thing. You relate that to like, again, being a parent. You know what's coming up the pike. You're going to have stressful situations, stressful questions. So like the more you prepare for it, it's not that it's going to be like super easy. A fight isn't easy, but if you've trained a lot of times and prepared, right, at least a little bit, when you get in the situation, you have more like bandwidth. You know what I mean? More research.
Agreed.
I can handle this even under stress because I train for like this stress. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Like
and that's what it. I mean, man, that's exactly what it is. You gotta give thought to it. You gotta give thought to it. You gotta be intentional. You know what I mean? Like you said, you can't just treat it like a dance. You gotta. I mean, it can be a dance, but it needs to be an intentional thing. You can't just be like, oh, I'm just being random here. Like, nah, dog.
You can't be the drunk dude at Hammerhead in the middle of the floor and he's just like dancing,
strobing out.
Right, strobing out, exactly.
What you doing?
But yeah.
What you doing?
My man, hit me with the smile, my dude.
Yo, say what's up to the good people.
My dude. What's up, man?
What you doing? Why you leaning forward? Chill.
Hey.
So you gotta wave. You gotta say hi. Say hi.
Hey. Oh, he could say good
Wow.
form words now. I can't wait to. I
You can
definitely
do
can't
it.
wait to like see y'all, man. Stuff like that. It's gonna be
I
sweet,
know,
man.
right?
Reunion.
As soon
But
as this
yo,
jazz is over.
this is great, man. If you could do one more thing for us, and we'll go ahead and wrap this live up.
Yeah, what we got?
If you could just do, 1 through 5, just give us like the actual tenet,
Most definitely.
and
Most definitely.
we'll have
Hold on, babe.
take us out.
Hold on. Here, pick up your passes. Pick up your passes. He gonna make it an interesting exit. He gonna make it an exit to remember. All right, so number 1 is train for success.
Train for success.
Number 2 is plan ahead.
Mhm.
Number 3, be flexible and be patient. Number 4, communicate openly and be okay with repeating yourself. And number 5, be a hero. And then we're gonna do a ...
Dot. I got both hands up, but you can't see me. Oh,
Etc.
there you go.
Etc.
My man. Well, my dude, man. Always a pleasure talking to you, man. So this is great. This is fun. I hope you guys got some value from this little short conversation that we had about these tenets. Again, y'all, stay tuned for a lot of different types of content. I'll probably hop on later, either today or tomorrow, talk about some other things that I have in my repertoire of like knowledge that I have. Again, the brand Darkroom Supply Company is a brand where we take we're an edutainment brand, right? Where we bring different artists together, or makers of things, or entrepreneurs and creatives, and people in like the wellness industry. We bring those people together to share their thoughts, share their stories, um, and to share their skill sets, right? So whether you're a
Right.
singer, again, we'll showcase that, and if you're a carpenter, we'll showcase that, this, that, and the other. But we also want to offer um, courses and classes and things that people can actually like use to deepen their relationship, or deepen like their their knowledge base off of, like, again, someone else, whether it's a father, whether it's an entrepreneur, whether it's photographer, whatever that may be. So you guys stay tuned. Thanks for rocking out with us. Appreciate your comments and your little commentary.
Right.
Even though we're about to close this live, if later on you see this live, if you have any ideas of any other tenants that you know personally, as a father, as a mother, that people can benefit from, go ahead and drop that in the comments. We appreciate y'all. Y'all be good. Be forward. As my brother Al B always says, you guys be good. Stay well. Stay safe. And we'll see you in the next video. Peace.